Dear Librarian, Dear Librarian, Lydia M. Sigwarth, Romina Galotta. Dear Librarian, may I tell you a story? It's about me, and it's about you, and it's about my library home. It happened when I was 5 years old. Me and my mom and my dad and my 5 big sisters and 1 baby brother all had to leave Colorado and go to Iowa, where Grandma was. My dad needed a new job, and we needed a new place to live. In Iowa, I missed my little blue home with the big maple tree. I missed my red roller skates packed in the big truck. I missed my sunny backyard with lots of space to run and play. I missed my best friend, little Becca. But most of all, I missed having a home. In Iowa, I didn't have a home to live in, just houses. 5 big sisters and 1 baby brother and a mom and a dad are a lot of people, so we lived in a lot of different places. Some days we lived at Aunt Linda's house. Aunt Linda had a pretty pink bathtub for fancy bubble baths. But Aunt Linda's house was full of nice things. Nice things you shouldn't touch because they aren't yours. Some days we lived at Cousin Alice's house. Cousin Alice had her own family to take care of, but she let us sleep in her tiny, cozy basement. In Cousin Alice's basement, there was a big couch and a bouncy mattresses. Every night was a giant sister sleepover. Move over. You're hogging the blanket. That's my spot. But even a snuggly sleepover was a little too crowded for all of us. Some days we stayed at Grandma's house. Grandma lived right by a park with swings and a space to run and spin. But there weren't any friends at Grandma's park. Mom said it was very generous of everyone to let us live at their house, but Grandma's house was too small. Aunt Linda's house was too nice, and Cousin Alice's house already had a family. Nowhere was home. Nowhere had a special spot just for me. Then one day, Mom took me and my 5 big sisters and 1 baby brother to a new place. Not a house, but a big building with stone columns and tall, tall steps. The library. There was a sunny window that took up a whole wall. There were rows and rows of books and baskets of toys and a puppet theater. There was so much to do and so much space to do it in. At the window, I could watch people on the street, or I could skip down the rows of books with my brother, or I could make up stories with my sisters. There was enough space at the library for all of us. Then I found a special spot just for me. Up the tall stairs, across from the sunny window, was a round desk. It was my favorite spot because behind that desk was my new friend. She had kind eyes and a gentle face and a laugh like bubbles. That friend was the librarian, and the librarian was you. You looked me right in the eyes and listened to me like I was a grown-up. You helped me find a book about princesses, and then you sat down on the floor to read it to me. After that, Mom and Dad brought me to the library all the time. Every day, you gave me a hug. Every day, you made me feel safe and happy. Those days, the library was like a home. My own special home, even though it wasn't a house. Later that year, my mom and dad and my 5 big sisters and 1 baby brother all went to live in a big brown home with a tall willow tree. I could zoom around in my red roller skates again. But I still visited my library home to be in my favorite spot and read books and to be home with you, my library friend. Now, my dear librarian, I'm a grown-up, but I still go to the library every day. Because I'm a librarian just like you. You gave me a library home, so I wanted to make one too. For kids with little blue homes and big brown homes and no homes at all. So I did. The end.